Good morning, Paul.
Hi Tom, how's it going?
Very well, thanks. Yeah, so it's April the 7th. A new financial year has arrived. It's blowing a gale here in South Oxfordshire,
Yeah,
and I've got a brand new office, which
I
is
know.
very
I'm
exciting.
looking with some kind of jealousy at your new surroundings.
Yes, the builders were very busy, and then I was very busy, painting and decorating and putting all the finishing touches to it. But
Yeah,
sadly, the shed, which was I feel an important part of People on Work's formation, the shed has gone.
yeah,
And I've now got much more, cleaner, habitable, warmer space to work in.
yeah. It's looking good. Although I think the shed will live on fondly in many of our memories.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is get a few wine bottles and guitars up on the wall, just to finish the decoration.
Yeah, exactly. All in good time.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, what with all the distractions of other bits and pieces of life, People on Work sadly not taking the priority that it warrants, but it'll come back in due course.
And lots of work going on in the background, though. Even though, there's not been too many videos posted lately. But I know we were talking about it before, but we're quite excited to talk about the things that that we have been doing in the background.
It was very pleasing to have a reach out from our good friend Steve Trotter at Hertfordshire CEC.
Local Enterprise Partnership.
LEP. They want to feature us in their sort of summer presentation, and we're going to talk to him about how we can integrate People on Work into particularly Gatsby 5 and 6, which is an area where our resource ticks a few boxes. And you've been up to a few bits and pieces as well.
And I suppose the most exciting part of the news that I've got to share for us in this update is People on Work's entered into a sponsorship deal with Essex Cricket, and we're now the proud sponsors of one of their players. His name's Michael Pepper.
Okay.
And what that means for us is, some of us or some of the people watching, if they were watching back at the end of last year, will remember we had some filming planned at Essex Cricket where we were going to film some of the staff and hopefully one or two of the playing squad. We're now with the sponsorship deal, we're going to definitely be interviewing Michael and hoping that he spreads the good word among some of his fellow players so we can interview them, because I think it's going to be really interesting to hear professional sports people talk about what they like about their work, how they got into it, which is maybe something that isn't spoken about so much, and then what they'd say to people who are aspirationally looking at them as role models in places that they want to be. And at the same time, if we're on site doing that there, we'll with Callum and Enya helping us out, we'll hopefully be able to do the interviews that we had planned for the end of last year.
Excellent. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a huge cricket fan, but Essex are a bit of a powerhouse, aren't they?
Absolutely, Fortress Chelmsford, they call it.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's like Premiership cricket.
Absolutely, the only county to do the double as well. They're very proud of that.
Well, we'll have to get along and watch Pepper smash a few runs at some point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also another kind of interesting development, talking about Enya as well. So Enya's been doing some great work, again, a lot of it behind the scenes, but it will, very soon we're expecting that to convert into, new videos. But Enya's been talking to a lot of people. If we think about her last couple of videos, there was Armel, a young lady working in marketing, but she's also a dyslexia advocate. And Enya's been talking to a lot of people about neurodiversity, and really, really interesting conversations, which is also making us think about live streaming and podcasting where we can actually have those conversations a little bit more deeper, and really let Enya take the lead and share what she's been finding.
Yeah, no, yeah. I always think that the content that Enya produces or creates is she does a much better job than I do.
Oh yeah,
she has a really nice way of interviewing people, and they seem to really open up with her, which is
she does. And we've kind of not necessarily held Enya back, but because Enya's been asking the 3 golden questions, you can kind of see her in some of her interviews, and she's really kind of really wants to ask more questions. So opening up the format a little bit to a longer form conversation, is going to allow her to do that. So, really excited about, the conversations and interviews that are going to come out of that.
Yeah, excellent.
And then one other bit of news that you and I have again been talking about offline, which is about really bringing, and this was always the plan, but starting to bring this into fruition, bringing people on work into business, strategy and decision making. So, when companies are talking about, we're a great place to work, or we're hiring, or come and see all the different things that's going on under our roofs, and lots of companies taking advantage of the apprenticeship levy. Our 3 golden question interviews within organizations, like we've done in the past with Covent Garden and others, it really brings the people who are working at those companies front and center. Not only helping those individuals, people see who they are and what they're doing, but then helping the companies to do that as well. Show what's going on in their organization, show what's going on under their roofs, bring the people and the job roles that might not get the usual kind of publicity or fanfare, and give them the chance to connect with people who might be interested in either careers in that area, or indeed even working in those companies themselves.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely, despite everything that's going on in the economy, it seems to be a very tight labour market, and more and more on on LinkedIn or just sort of out and about, you see lots of companies seem to be hiring or struggling to hire. So the whole employer branding piece, I think, is a really strong angle for employers to think about what are the likely responses to our interview questions, and how can they demonstrate the good work that they're doing to potential employees.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of companies who are doing this kind of things themselves, and they're showing it on their websites and through their social media channels. But what we do, and we're not in competition with that. What we do, what People on Work does, is it gives those kind of interviews that companies are doing, it gives them a wider platform. It gives them more ability to be found and shared and talked about in different places, a bit like schools and with different audiences as well. So we're it may look like we've been doing nothing, but behind the scenes there's been a hell of a lot going on in March and April.
Well, so let's leave it there. But if anyone's watching this that's struggling to recruit, please drop us a line, and we'd happily showcase the good work that you and your teams are doing, and get some content on People on Work on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely, we'd love to do that.